Hallelujah. And some of you that preach, and I'm going to talk to Camerlins now, you spend so much time during this season preaching against everything that's going on. Lindsay, any mistletoe up here? If it was, you'd come up here and I'd give you. I first heard about mistletoe, I thought, man, is that a new kind of fireworks you hook to your toe about? Hallelujah. Praise God. Amen. But some of you preach against the items like the Christmas tree and all this scenery. Amen. Glory to God. I ain't got no problem with that. But when you do, make sure you preach Jesus. Because what good is it to preach against something if you ain't preaching Jesus? Come on, somebody. There's some things about, amen, the commercialized Christmas that I'm always preaching about. Hallelujah. Even though earlier I just said pause the clause, because I've never taught my children that. Come on, somebody. And I'm not going to get all into the depths of that, because I can teach you some stuff that make your eyes stretch. Come on, somebody, about it. Hallelujah. Because I believe it steals from God's glory, who is Jesus, according to John 1:14, because he is the Word that became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, even of that, the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14. So if St. Nick was a bishop, he's a backslidden bishop in our culture, because he's not leading people to Jesus. He don't point them to Jesus. Come on, somebody. It's a tragic thing when kids only know about getting gifts. They don't know about exchanging gifts. There's a difference in getting a gift and exchanging gifts. Come on, somebody. Hallelujah. So I'm not going to get into all that, but anyhow, I didn't just make mention of that and leave it at that. I preached Jesus. See, anytime you preach against something, you got to make sure that you're doing it, amen, as a platform to proclaim Christ. Because what good is it? I see people all the time, even on social media, they'll be preaching against something, but they're never sharing Jesus.
Amen.
What good is it?
That's right.
What good is it to preach against sin if you never preach about the Savior that saves you from it?
Amen, brother.
Come on, somebody. Anybody here, Holy Ghost? What good is it to preach about heaven and you never warn about hell? Come on.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Praise God. So we got to make sure Jesus is being preached in his fullest.